The Illyrian Wars, fought between the Roman Republic and the Illyrian tribes in the 3rd century BC, were pivotal conflicts that reshaped the political landscape of the Adriatic region. To understand these wars, one must consider the context in which they occurred. During this period, Rome was expanding its influence throughout the Mediterranean, seeking to establish dominance over trade routes and territories. The Illyrian tribes, known for their fierce independence and warrior culture, posed a challenge to Roman ambitions, leading to tensions that would erupt into conflict. The Illyrians, composed of various tribes with distinct identities and customs, had their own internal power struggles. This fragmentation made it difficult for them to present a unified front against external threats, such as Roman expansion. While some Illyrian leaders like King Agron had achieved temporary unity through military conquests, the underlying tribal rivalries remained a significant obstacle. This lack of cohesion would ultimately play a crucial role in the outcome. In addition to internal divisions, the geopolitical landscape of the region further complicated the situation. The Illyrians had long-standing interactions with neighboring Greek city-states, which influenced their political and military strategies. The presence of Hellenistic powers, along with the growing ambitions of Rome, created a volatile environment where alliances were fragile and conflicts were commonplace. As the Illyrians navigated these complexities, their attempts to assert sovereignty clashed with the relentless advance of Roman authority, setting the stage for inevitable confrontation. The Illyrian Wars can be seen as a microcosm of the larger struggle for power in the ancient world, highlighting the tensions between emerging empires and established cultures. The wars not only represented a battle for territory but also a clash of identities, values, and ways of life. The consequences of these conflicts would reverberate through history, influencing the trajectories of both Roman and Illyrian societies. As the wars unfolded, the legacy of the First Illyrian War, which erupted in 229 BC, marked a crucial turning point in the relations between Rome and the Illyrian tribes. The war was ignited by tensions surrounding piracy in the Adriatic Sea, as Illyrian pirates began attacking Roman merchant ships, disrupting trade and commerce. This aggression prompted Rome to intervene militarily, viewing the Illyrians as a significant threat to their growing economic interests. The war officially began when Roman envoys were sent to demand the cessation of piracy, only to be met with hostility from Queen Tuta of the Illyrians. Tuta, who had taken over leadership after the death of her husband Agron, was determined to assert Illyrian sovereignty and protect her people's way of life. Her refusal to capitulate to Roman demands escalated the conflict, leading to a series of military engagements between Roman forces and Illyrian warriors. The Roman army, equipped with superior tactics and discipline, swiftly gained the upper hand in the early stages of the war. Roman commanders, such as Lucius Postumius Albinus, despite initial setbacks, Tuti rallied her forces, emphasizing the need for unity among the Illyrian tribes to counter the Roman invasion. However, internal divisions and lack of coordination among the tribes hindered their efforts to resist effectively. The Illyrians employed guerrilla tactics and used their knowledge of the terrain to their advantage, but these strategies proved insufficient against the disciplined Roman legions. The war dragged on, revealing the complexities of leadership in times of crisis and highlighting the challenges faced by the Illyrians in maintaining cohesion. Ultimately, the First Illyrian War concluded with a decisive Roman victory. The Treaty of Phoenice in 228 BC marked the end of hostilities, forcing Tuta to surrender and curtail her naval activities. The outcome of the war had profound implications for the Illyrians, as it not only signaled the decline of their independence, but also established Roman authority over significant portions of Illyrian territory. The repercussions of this the Second Illyrian War, which erupted in 219 BC, was a direct consequence of the unresolved tensions stemming from the First Illyrian War. Following the defeat of Queen Tuta, the Illyrian tribes remained fragmented and discontented under Roman rule. The Roman Senate sought to consolidate its control over the region, but the unrest among the Illyrians created an opportunity for resistance. The re-emergence of Illyrian leadership under King Gentius, who united various tribes against Roman dominance, posed a significant challenge to Roman authority in the Adriatic. Gentius, who ascended to the throne during a period of political fragmentation, aimed to restore Illyrian pride and independence. He sought alliances with neighboring tribes and external powers, including the Macedonians, in a bid to challenge Roman supremacy. The potential for a united Illyrian front alarmed the Romans, prompting them to prepare for another military engagement. The Second Illyrian War was the Roman military, under the command of Consul Publius Sulpicius Galba, launched a series of offensives against Gentius and his forces. The Romans employed advanced tactics, combining their formidable infantry with naval support to disrupt Illyrian supply lines. Despite initial successes, Gentius faced difficulties in maintaining unity among the tribes. The diverse motivations and aspirations of the Illyrian factions often clashed, hindering their ability to coordinate effectively against the organized Roman forces. This fragmentation the war culminated in a decisive Roman victory at the Battle of Scodra, where Gentius was captured and the Illyrian resistance was effectively dismantled. The Treaty of 205 BC marked the end of the Second Illyrian War, solidifying Roman control over the remaining Illyrian territories. The defeat of Gentius and the subsequent Roman annexation had lasting repercussions for the Illyrian tribes, further eroding their autonomy and marking a significant step in the expansion of Roman power in the Balkans. The legacy of the Illyrian Wars would continue to shape the region's identity, influencing the cultural and political dynamics for generations to come. The Illyrian Wars had a profound impact on the Roman Republic, shaping its military strategies, political landscape, and imperial ambitions. The successful campaigns against the Illyrian tribes bolstered Rome's reputation as a formidable military power, establishing its dominance in the Adriatic Sea and enhancing its influence over trade routes. The lessons learned from the conflicts with the Illyrians contributed to the... Furthermore, the Illyrian Wars played a crucial role in Rome's expansionist policies. The annexation of Illyrian territories allowed Rome to project its power beyond the Italian peninsula, establishing a foothold in the Balkans. This territorial expansion was not only driven by military ambitions but also by economic interests, as control over trade routes facilitated the flow of goods and resources into the Roman economy. The wealth generated from these territories contributed to the consolidation of Roman power and paved the way for further military campaigns in the region. The aftermath of the Illyrian Wars also had significant political implications for the Roman Republic. The incorporation of Illyrian lands into the Roman Empire necessitated the establishment of new administrative structures and governance systems. Roman officials were tasked with maintaining order and integrating the local populations, often employing a combination of coercion and diplomacy to secure compliance.
Moreover, the Illyrian Wars contributed to the evolution of Roman identity and culture. The interactions between Romans and Illyrians fostered a cultural exchange that influenced various aspects of Roman society. The adoption of certain Illyrian customs, art forms, and military practices enriched the Roman cultural landscape. The legacy of the Illyrian Wars serves as a reminder of the interconnectedness of ancient societies, illustrating how conflicts can shape not only political boundaries, but also cultural identities that endure through time. The Illyrian Wars had significant cultural ramifications for both the Illyrians and the Romans, influencing the development of cultural identities and expressions in the region. For the Illyrians, the wars resulted in a gradual erosion of their distinct cultural practices as Roman influence permeated their societies. The imposition of Roman governance often meant the adoption of Roman customs, language, and religious practices, leading to a blending of cultures that altered the Illyrian way of life. The integration of Illyrian territories into the Roman Empire also facilitated cultural exchanges between the two societies. The Romans, known for their architectural innovations and engineering feats, brought new building techniques and urban planning concepts to the region. The establishment of Roman towns and infrastructure transformed the landscape, fostering a sense of Roman identity among the inhabitants. The presence of Roman administrative centers, roads, and public buildings contributed to the assimilation of Illyrian communities into the broader Roman cultural sphere. Despite the challenges posed by Roman conquest, some aspects of Illyrian culture survived and adapted. Elements of Illyrian folklore, traditions and art were integrated into the Roman cultural framework, creating a unique blend of influences. The resilience of Illyrian identity persisted through oral traditions and localized practices, highlighting the capacity for cultural continuity in the face of external pressures. The preservation of certain Illyrian customs. Furthermore, the Illyrian Wars prompted reflections on themes of identity, resistance, and cultural survival that resonate throughout history. The experiences of the Illyrians during the conflicts have been interpreted in various ways, serving as symbols of resilience against foreign domination. This narrative continues to inspire contemporary discussions about cultural heritage, nationalism, and the complexities of identity in an ever-changing world. The cultural ramifications of the Illyrian Wars extend beyond the past, informing modern perspectives on the importance of preserving cultural diversity and understanding historical legacies. The Illyrian Wars underscored the critical role of leadership in warfare and the challenges faced by rulers in navigating the complexities of conflict. The leadership of Queen Tuta and King Gentius exemplified the dynamics of authority during times of crisis. Tuta's initial response to Roman aggression highlighted her determination to assert Illyrian sovereignty, but it also revealed the limitations of her leadership in the face of a powerful adversary. Similarly, Gentius's attempts to rally support among the Illyrian tribes showcased the difficulties of maintaining cohesion in the midst of external threats. Despite his ambitions to forge alliances and resist Roman rule, the fragmented nature of Illyrian society made it challenging for him to establish a unified command. The lack of collaboration among the tribes weakened their resistance against the disciplined Roman forces, emphasizing the importance of effective leadership in times of conflict. The experiences of these rulers serve as valuable lessons. The Roman commanders, in contrast, demonstrated a capacity for strategic planning and adaptability that proved crucial in their military campaigns. The disciplined organization of Roman legions, combined with effective communication and coordination, allowed them to execute successful military operations against the Illyrians. Roman leaders understood the significance of leveraging local knowledge and forging alliances with sympathetic factions, enhancing their military effectiveness. The contrasting approaches to leadership in warfare between the Romans and Illyrians highlight the dynamics. Moreover, the Illyrian Wars serve as a case study in the evolution of military leadership and the lessons that can be drawn from historical conflicts. The experiences of both Illyrian and Roman leaders offer insights into the challenges of decision-making, the necessity of adaptability, and the importance of collaboration in warfare. Understanding the role of leadership in these conflicts can inform contemporary discussions about military strategy and the complexities of governance in times of crisis. The Illyrian Wars left an indelible mark on the historical landscape of the Balkans, shaping the trajectory of subsequent events and influencing the identities of the region's peoples. The conflicts not only resulted in the annexation of Illyrian territories by Rome, but also set a precedent for future imperial expansions. The lessons learned from the Illyrian Wars informed Roman military strategies in subsequent campaigns across. The legacy of the Illyrian Wars extends beyond military outcomes, influencing the cultural and political narratives of the region. The wars serve as a reminder of the resilience of the Illyrian tribes and their efforts to assert sovereignty in the face of external domination. The stories of Queen Tuta and King Gentius have become symbols of resistance, inspiring later generations to embrace their cultural heritage and strive for independence. These narratives continue to resonate in contemporary discussions about national identity and self-determination in the Balkans. Moreover, the impact of the Illyrian Wars can be seen in the enduring cultural exchanges that emerged from the conflicts. The blending of Roman and Illyrian traditions created a rich tapestry of cultural heritage, influencing various aspects of art, architecture, and social practices. The archaeological remains of Roman towns in former Illyrian territories serve as tangible reminders of this cultural fusion, illustrating the complexities of identity formation in the region. The legacy of the Illyrian Wars. In conclusion, The historical legacy of the Illyrian Wars serves as a reminder of the complexities of conflict, identity, and cultural exchange. The experiences of the Illyrians and Romans during these wars continue to inform modern perspectives on sovereignty, cultural heritage, and the resilience of communities in the face of adversity. By understanding the historical context of these conflicts, contemporary societies can draw valuable lessons about the importance of honoring cultural identities and navigating the complexities of historical legacies. The Illyrian Wars continue to resonate in contemporary discussions about identity, sovereignty, and cultural heritage in the Balkans. As nations grapple with their historical narratives and strive to assert their identities, the experiences of the Illyrian tribes during these conflicts offer valuable insights into the enduring struggles for autonomy and self-determination. The legacy of the Illyrian Wars serves as a reminder of the complexity. In the modern context, the Illyrian Wars prompt reflections on the nature of conflict and the dynamics of power in an increasingly interconnected world. The lessons drawn from these historical events can inform contemporary approaches to diplomacy, conflict resolution, and governance. Understanding the factors that contributed to the Illyrian tribes' resistance against Roman domination can provide valuable insights into the challenges faced by marginalized communities today. The enduring spirit of the Illyrians serves as an inspiration for movements advocating for cultural preservation and social justice. Moreover, the cultural heritage associated with the Illyrian Wars remains a vital aspect of regional identity. The preservation of archaeological sites, artifacts, and historical narratives allows contemporary societies to engage with their past in meaningful ways. Efforts to celebrate and promote Illyrian history contribute to a deeper understanding of the region's cultural diversity and complexity. By honoring the legacy of the Illyrian Wars, In conclusion, the reflections on the Illyrian Wars today highlight the importance of historical awareness in shaping contemporary identities. The experiences of the Illyrians during these conflicts continue to inform discussions about sovereignty, cultural heritage, and the complexities of historical legacies. By embracing the lessons of the past, modern societies can navigate the challenges of the present while honoring the rich tapestry of cultural identities that define the Balkans.